Hello everybody. Sorry I'm late. I was just trying to get my laptop going and getting my live on my laptop so I can kind of see if I'm live. So you just never know when technology will mess with you. So I hope you guys had a great day, great week. It's Friday. Normally I'm here on Thursdays, but had something come up yesterday. And nothing an emergency or anything like that. I knew I wasn't going to be able to make it home in time. And actually, I got home at 6:45, but I would have been wicked rushed. So that's why I'm here tonight. So doesn't mean I have been home. I haven't been home all day. So and in my craft room, but I will be here all weekend in my craft room getting my kits together. And if you ordered a paper share from me, that will be going out on Monday. What else is going to be going out on Monday? The mini clipboards, a second round of those. Those are my crafting kits. The list pads, that was like really huge. So I've got a lot of those to make. That's going to take a little bit longer. And I'm still waiting for my pens to come in, and they're supposed to be arriving on the 18th of this month. So, and that's when I said I would be shipping out the kits, would be the week of the 18th. So that's going on. Card Club. I can show you guys Card Club cards right now if you want. Well, you don't have a choice, right? Okay, so we got 4 different cards. Regency Park Designer Series paper. I try to make my card club as basic as can be. So in case you don't have the stamp set, then you can use whatever you have in your craft room. But if you would like to order it, you can always add it as an add-on just by emailing me. But I love how this class came together. And it didn't take too long. So people will be receiving, members will be receiving a full pack of the Regency Park. And it's actually in my other room right now. Because I have too many projects going on, so I have to get them out of my craft room so I don't see them. But I would show you all the paper, but it is in the mini catalog. You can find it there, or if you're on my email list, then you have already seen it. But if you're not, then you should be. So, but anyway, you'll make 2 cards of each design. And this one, whoops, I'm stuck here. Got a little adhesive. I kind of created them a little bit. I like you guys to be able to design the inside of your cards because your taste might not be my taste for the inside. So I try to leave those as blank as possible, but adding the designer series paper. So that's number 1. Well, this is one of the card designs. And this one here has been like, I got so many likes on this card on Instagram that I, excuse me, hold on. Uh-oh, hold on. COVID still has me. I knew that was going to happen. I just didn't know when. I thought it would be further on in the video. Or, but no, of course, it's in the first section. All right. Hopefully I won't cough, but I feel like I'm going to cough again. But I'm sorry about that. Nothing I can do. But with that said, this card here on Instagram has received so many likes. So I must have done a pretty good job with it. I'm pleased how it came out. And I actually stamped on the inside of this one here, wishes for a beautiful birthday. This stamp set here was picked by my members of my card club. I let them pick the bundle this month. So that's what they're getting. And then here's another one. Balmy Blue's in, you guys. And Petal Pink. It seems like everything, all the designer series papers are centered around Balmy Blue and Petal Pink. But here's that nice little denim ribbon. But this one here. And, sorry. I'm going to turn my heater off. Maybe that's it, the dry heat. I don't know. And then here's this one. I did some background stamping. I don't know if you can really see it, but it's in 2nd generation mint macaron. And I was toying with this. Debbie, one of my downlines was here. helping me make some welcome cards for new members of the Inspire Daisies team. Hey, and if you want to join Stampin' Up, now is the best time. We would love to have you on your team, and on my team, and our team. It's everybody together. So hit me up with an email, and I'd be happy to talk to you about that. But Debbie was here making cards, and I was like, oh, which one, which way? I like how you can see the designer series paper here. So I use a smaller oval, and then on the inside, it's just got the designer series paper. I love this paper. I'm probably thinking that maybe this might go on back order. I did not see or sign into my demo site to see what's on back order or close on low inventory because I was gone all day. But this is beautiful, and this in the Valentine's Day paper that I'm using, the Country Floral tonight. You got to get the packs before they go on back order. But anyway, Card Club's $39 a month. That includes shipping, by the way, and shipping is always going up. So I always like to include $20 or higher in Stampin' Up products. So this class here includes $20 even of Stampin' Up products. You're going to get a full pack of the 6x6 and the what are these? Gosh, I knew I was going to forget that. They're smoky dots. No, they're not smoky dots. Milky dots. Milky dots. A full pack of the Milky dots. Those are really beautiful. Here's them in gold. Don't know if you can see that. I use those in gold. There's 3 different colors. And that's Starry Night. And that one's kind of like a, I don't know, it's just like really milky, I guess. We'll call it milky. But anyway, that's my card club. And if you're interested, you can only get the link by emailing or being on my email list, or you can email me as well, or message me on Facebook. So that's Card Club. Today's class is using on page 8 and 9. Very popular right now because Valentine's Day is just around the corner. So I am offering, this is my class here. I'm actually doing this class for 3 different like organizations. Well, 2 organizations, and then for you. My 65 plus senior center that I'll be going to at the end of the month. They wanted Valentine's Day cards, so they're going to get this class. And my Parks and Recreation class will get the same class. I'm trying to work smarter and, and not just like, just hard, I just need to like not create so many classes and I get overwhelmed. So none of the people, unless you're a customer of mine and get this kit and go to Parks and Rec or belong to the senior center, will get this card twice. But anyway, I love it. I wasn't sure if I was going to order or offer a Valentine's Day class because the paper usually sells out before the end of the month. So that way I decided I would offer it free as with a purchase. So that is how I'm going to offer this Valentine's Day class. And let's look at the cards first, and then we'll get stamping. But I don't know. You probably, let's see. I'll go this way. Here's a Happy Valentine's Day that got a little smudged, so disregard that. These are just 1-inch strips. So we all know we have lots of strips, and this is a great way to use them up. And just wanted to say I love you on the inside. And then this one, I'm going to show you a little trick on this one. And this butterfly here is Melon Mambo. I did that one in Crushed Curry. I don't know. And I haven't designed the inside of that one. This is kind of a fun fold one. Happy Valentine's Day. And we use the scallop contours in the inside white. I thought that was a little different. And this is the designer series paper punched out with the Country Bouquet punch. And you can get this as a bundle. And then this is the Real Red ribbon. It's a combo pack with the Garden Green. It's in the annual catalog. And I think I'm using all different reds. I call them reds in the class today. You can use, if you only have one red will go. So don't worry about mixing up your colors. I'm mixing them up today. And then I love this paper here with the bicycles. You can cut this in numerous different ways. But here's the images here, the hearts that I punched out with that country bouquet. And then the inside, I just stamped a little tiny flower there. But love the bicycles, the basket full of flowers as well. So let's get started. I'm going to see who's on, and we'll get started. So looks like Carla, Louise, and Denise. All right, here we go. So we are going to be making this one first. I'm going to, oh, actually, how can you earn this class for free? Might you want to know that? So I have 3 different options, and it has to be with a qualifying order. So if you place a product order, that means product sales tax and shipping does not count, $35 to $49.99. You'll earn 4 kits for free. And you must use the host code right here, which is YUAQ9DPD. I will have this in the description box here on YouTube. And I also will be emailing information out on my free class later tonight. Option 2 is a place a product order between $50 and $149.99. You'll earn the 4 kits and an embellishment, and at least you'll receive 1 Sale-a-bration item for free, depending on what your value of your order is. So every $50 in increments, you receive free product from Stampin' Up. But there's no reason why you would want to place an order for $149.99. If you bump it up a penny, you're going to get something else free from Stampin' Up, another Sale-a-bration item. So remember, $50 increments. And then if you do place a product order of 150 or greater, don't use that. Don't use the host code, because you're going to get everything up here for free, and you're going to get another surprise gift from me as well. And it says, do not use host code. Enjoy your Stampin' Rewards and receive additional product for free. So when you hit $150, you will receive 10%, and it goes up. So 160 is $16. So 15, 16, it goes like that. So here's my website. You can take a picture of it, or I will have that in the description box as well. So we're going to get started with the strip card first. I'm using 4 different embellishments tonight, and I think they're all from the annual catalog. So let's see what's in the envelope here. I'm not going to look at comments until later. I'll try to remember to do them or look at them after each card. So let me grab my bone folder, which I have this little handy dandy organizer now. Stampin' Storage sells this. It's like $14.99. This is like the best thing for Karen right here. I've got my Wink of Stella, my tweezers, bone folder. You gotta be careful of that because I lost the cover. Take your pick. I've got ribbon scissors, another Wink of Stella. I got a black Sharpie pen because you never know when you need black Sharpie pen. Some snips and some more tweezers. Those are the ones that Lee gave me. But anyway, I'm going to try to do a better job keeping track of things tonight. But we're going to start with Sweet Sorbet cardstock. And I'm going to take my messy old bone folder here and just crease it. And then we've got a horizontal card. So it's 5.5 across by 8.5 tall. And it's scored at 4 1/4. And then what I have are just 1-inch strips. Okay, so we have all in our craft room strips of paper. So this is all from the Designer Series paper. And I don't want to lose that. I will make your bow for this class. It's out of linen thread. But I'm going to stamp here, Happy Valentine's Day. And let me grab that one. And Sweet Sorbet is the ink. So let me show you what I mean by all the different reds that I said earlier. these are all, I believe, the colors I'm going to be using tonight. Mint Macaron, Balmy Blue, Real Red, Sweet Sorbet, Melon Mambo, Poppy Parade, and this is Petal Pink. You really can't tell that. That is like worn out. Sorry, these are really sloppy and looking like they need to be cleaned. But reds always make a mess for me, and I think for other people too, and they stain. So just be careful. But it is water-based, and it will definitely come out. So let me grab the Sweet Sorbet. I love how our ink pads stack. You can create your color palettes that way. All right, so this is an ink color, by the way, and I've been starting to write the color of the ink pad on the front for my in-person classes. All right, so I'm going to just stamp Happy Birthday and try to get it straight for you. And oh gosh, that's awful. Let's flip that over. I got one more chance. Let me bring it a little bit closer. Okay. There we go. So if you notice, this, I had this cut 3x1, and I used a punch. And the new punch that we have for this is in the mini catalog. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but it's called the Happy Labels Pick-a-Punch. You can put strips of paper in here, designer series paper, cardstock, what have you, and you have 3 different sizes, so 1/2 inch, 3/4, and 1. And this is 3/4. And there's 2 different edges. One's a little bit like an arch here, and this is like really jagged, and I didn't want to use the jagged edge for Valentine's Day. We can't forget to stamp our envelopes, so we will do that. And I'm already like getting crazy red ink on my block. All right, so that one's all set. There's very limited stamping, I think. Let me just see. I'm sure I stamped on here. Yes, I did. Okay, so we'll grab the basic white panel. And just wanted to say, I love you. So I wanted to give it a little bit of different colors there because I wanted this I love you to stand out the best. So I will stamp that first. Well, it doesn't really matter. Let me do the Mint Macaron. All right, these ink pads are not going to go this way. I have too many to fumble with, so I'm going to try to put them differently. Okay. Just wanted to say, what did you want to say, Karen? I don't really know, but... Oh, my drive. So I went up north today, not to my parents, but I had a lunch. I was invited to lunch by you guys. Most of you know that I did hike the Long Trail in August, and I did it for my mom who has Alzheimer's, and the Vermont Association invited me to lunch today. So I drove up in the messiest weather what we had. And I didn't get in an accident because Karen was driving very, very good. Not fast, not too slow, but, you know, the way you're supposed to be. But, you know, there's other people. I counted 5 cars and 1 truck in the ditch. In that last car, I hope they're okay. But it looked like it wasn't great. And I haven't watched the news tonight. But it was a smaller car. And the fire trucks were there. And the police. You know, all the people you don't want to see at an accident. So I'm hoping they're okay. But, you know, I'll watch the news a little bit later. But the weather was just crazy here today. Down where I live, it was raining all the way to Montpelier, which is the state capital of Vermont. And then it turned to like a mix. And then it was just crazy snow. So you never know what you're going to get in Vermont for weather now, just because of the environment, I guess. I don't know. But it was crazy when I came home this afternoon. Well, I got home at 5. It was 33 degrees. I left up north. It was 26. And closer I got to home, the warmer it got. And I didn't mind that whatsoever. And the roads were clear and you could do the speed limit. And I didn't see any cars off. So that should tell you something as well. Okay, Karen's talking too much. So let's, oh, I see what I did on this one too. I'm already screwing up here. So I need that poppy. This is going to be interesting. Let's see if we can do this. So this here, they're all stamped, okay? We have the punch here to do that. Now, if you notice, there are 3 different colors, right? So I have to be really careful about how I'm going to stamp this. So I am going to stamp. Let's see, which one do I want to stamp first? I want to stamp the Sweet Sorbet. Okay, and then I only want to ink up all the way to here. There's no need to ink up that really tiny heart. So you can do that because there's a little bit of a space. And when you use the punch, you want the bigger heart on the top when you stamp, but we're stamping 3 different colors, so it doesn't really matter where I put the stamped heart. So I'm just going to put it on the edge. And it's a distinctive stamp, so you're going to get, oh shoot, I'm going to cut that up. You're going to get variations of shading there, so that's supposed to happen, by the way. All right, so then we're going to go with the mint macaron. And I'm using the outline heart. And that's right here in front of me. So we're going to, actually, hold on. We're going to punch this out first because the reason why is I'm going to show you. Do you see these leaves? They get in the way, okay? So you got to be really careful about that. So I figured I would just punch out as I go. And as you can see, I didn't stamp up high enough, so I will try to fix that. Sorry. Oh, man, this... Sorry. Oh, my gosh. This COVID just killed me. Not killed me, but I tell you what, I can't handle the coughing episodes I have, and I usually have them at night. And it always happens about this time. So I might have to stop and do this class for you. Excuse me, because you don't want to hear Karen coughing. I might have to do a pre-recorded video just because I don't know if I'm going to be able to get through this. But anyways, you saw me punch out the mint macaron. Now we have this little heart on the other side of the striped heart. And we want petal pink. So I'm going to grab that one. And I'm just going to ink up the tiny little heart there. Okay, just tapping, tap, 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 right? And then I'm just going to stamp. Oh boy, this has got ink on it. I'm going to stamp this way. Oh, that does not. Oh boy. We're going to flip it over and we're going to try that again. What I need is some scrap paper. Maybe I should have done my live last night, right? I probably would have been doing a little bit of a better job. But we'll try to stay with it here. Okay. And I think I'm going to restamp the striped heart as well. And see if I can get a better stamped and not cut off the end of it. Okay, that's a little bit better. All right, so we'll take that heart punch here, and it's called the Country Bouquet. We're going to punch out the heart here. So I'm just kind of like centering it, looking around the edges here for that white, and I'm just going to punch it. All right, so we have that one. Now this one here is, oh, I did this one probably a little bit wrong. You guys are, I'm getting an F tonight. You guys can tell me. I'm an F tonight. But do you see I didn't stamp that correctly? Because you got to stamp all the way in, you know, like this. So I'm going to grab another piece of paper. Hold on. All right. So we want petal pink is what we want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean that stamp, and then we are going to re-ink in the petal pink, and then hopefully I can get it straight and not go crazy with it. Okay, so I'm going to, because we're working with reds, I'm going to just stamp this off because you can kind of see there's a little bit left on there. So I'm going to grab the petal pink and we're going to just stamp it right here. Okay. I could use that one for another card, which I might. This is what I wanted to do right here. So we're punching out both of them at the same time. We do also have some leaves that you can add as well. You can also punch out the designer series paper, which we're going to be doing in another class or another card a little bit later if I make it that far. All right, so there's that extra heart, and that's the one I was looking for. Okay, now we can assemble, right? It shouldn't go too, it should go pretty fast now. I'm going to get all this stuff out of the way. And then let's bring in the card that we're making right here. Really pretty. You can do whatever pattern you want. It doesn't really matter. There's no right or wrong way. But you do need 6 strips. So what I like to do is I like to go dark or light, dark, that kind of a pattern. And what is like the prominent, like the biggest and bold one, I think it's this one. So that one's going to go in the middle. And then I need a light. And I also need another light. And don't forget, we have 2 sides to every paper. So if you don't like one side, flip it over and you might like that one. All right. And then, so dark, light, dark, light, dark, light. We already used that one. So I have no choice to put it here. So dark, light, dark, light, dark, light. I need light. Oh gosh, I'm going to go with it. Let's go. Hold on. Let's see what's on there. Oh, I didn't use that one. Okay, so let's go use this one. I'm going to use this one here. So that means I have to use this side here. And then we have this one here. So we've got this one and this one. And then we have 2 other ones. And it doesn't really matter what side, except for we want a darker light. So, all right, light. This is going to be probably a light. Dark, light, dark. Let's see, light on that one. I don't want the blues and the pinks together. That looks too babyish. I think I'm actually, let me just see what this looks like. I might go with all the darker ones kind of in the middle this time, and the lighter ones on the outside. So that is going to be my pattern. So we're going to slide it all over here and keep it in order. And I'm going to bring the card front in. Make sure it's going the correct way. You don't want to put it on upside down, right? I'm going to grab my glue. I'm going to be using liquid glue throughout, except for dimensionals and mini glue dots. So I'm just going to slap that glue on. And this card, I'm going to be doing it a little bit different. You can do it straight up and down like that and overlap, or you can just angle it and give it a little bit more character if you don't like the straight up and down. Oh, that's really pretty. I should have had that side. Oh, well. And then we'll go this way. So we're going to see a little bit of that sweet sorbet peeking through. And then we've got this one here, the darkest color. It uses Mossy Meadow, by the way. That's the green. And we can go this way. And then we got 3 more, so I've got to get a little bit closer or else we're going to run out of room here. just kind of just put it on any which way you want. Really doesn't matter. You can do, you can actually even cut up like to 1.5 inch. So you can do all different size strips and that would look good as well. So just play with it. And we don't want to go over the edge, so I'm just going to angle it that way. Okay, so it kind of looks like a hot mess right now, but we'll try to make it look a little bit better. I'm going to cap this here. Now let's work with the hearts. We've got the mint macaron, sweet sorbet, and we have the petal pink. We actually have this extra one here, so I might use that. And our sentiment is way up there, which we don't want it there. We want it here. And all of these will have dimensionals on them. And you don't need a lot. So we're going to be careful and not use too many dimensionals tonight so I don't run out. This one, you might need a mini dimensional. I'm going to cut the sides off so we can get a smaller one. Look at that, Karen just put her scissors back where they belong. And Debbie Franklin, if you're on here, you know what I mean. She was here. Karen, you got to put your stuff away. And I say that to myself all the time. Like, you grab something, put it away, right? And sometimes we're in a hurry and we just think it's going to be quicker just to leave it there. But in actuality, it is not. All right, I'm going to work, it doesn't really matter what you work with first. I'm going to actually work with a sentiment and then I'm going to put the hearts around it. So for this one here, I'm going to put, I'm going to make it over here or add it right here between that little like triangle. And then we've got our mint macaron. And I don't want this one up here because it's going to kind of blend in with the sweet sorbet over here. So I might want it over there. And then this mint one here, I'm going to drop it down a little bit because we don't want them going straight across. And then this little one, it really doesn't matter. It can go on either one or it can go by itself. It really, honestly does not matter. I'm going to put it over here. Yeah, I'm going to put it over here. You'll still be able to see it, or you could put it right on top like that. I'm going to do it that way. Why not? All right, and then you've got your linen thread. So your bow will come already made for you, and I will have it on a glue dot, so you don't have to fidget with it. And you'll just have to cut the tails because we never know how long we want them until we actually put that bow on the card. So I think this time I'm going to put it right in the center of that heart there. I want the tails super long. All I'm going to do is I'm going to just snip the ends a little bit just so that they're not frayed. You can fray them if you want. Just take your pick tool and go right in between here. You can fray the edges or the ends of the linen thread. But I think that's kind of fun to do it once in a while. And now we've got this heart here. I think I'm gonna actually use this one. Why not, right? And I'm gonna put a dimensional on it. We're gonna raise it up, give it a little bit of height, and I'm gonna put it over here with these other little 2 petal pink hearts. The final is to embellish it. And for this one, I'm using the Iridescent Rhinestones Basic Jewels. These are very bright if you get them in the light and aim it, like if you kind of turn it a certain way, you could totally get blinded by it because they are so like sparkly. I'm going to take one of each size because why not? I'm going to add the bigger one down here, and then I'm going to go over here and grab one of the medium ones. Don't forget, we're trying to make our triangle. So we'll go over here on that balmy blue, and then we'll take one of the really tiny ones. And I'm going to add it, let's see, let's go way over here. So we have formed the triangle with our embellishments. If you put them straight across, they get lost. But if you form a triangle, then your eyes will go all the way around and not just like looking at the embellishments. So that's just a little trick for you. So there's that one. And here's the straight one here. And you guys can vote which one you want or would like to make yourselves. Would you make the straight one or would you make this one here that's all kind of like angled? So angled or straight, you guys can vote while I clean up and clean my stamps because I'll be using them again. And I can get ready for the next card. So straight or angled. One of these times, one of these stamps are going to go right off the edge of my desk and you'll hear a big bang. All right, do we have any votes? Denise, you're doing fine, just breathe. My nose is just like crazy. I know you're suffering from long-term COVID, and I hope I get my voice back 100%. All right, laptop. Oh, Lynn, you're so nice. 7 watching, but only 2 likes. Hit the like hand before you close, please. Thank you so much, Lynn. You're always looking out for me. I like that. Okay, so any votes? Nope. At least my laptop is, you know, it's not showing any votes, but I will keep going on to the next card. So the next one here will be, I'm going in order here. The blue one with the medium daisy punch. How many of you guys have the medium daisy punch? Now that's been around for a few years. And I'm going to use, well, I've already used it. I've already punched it out, but the daisies ahead of time. But we're going to sponge them. Right. I'm done with these. These are going out of the way. They're going on my table. That's right behind me. And this is going over here. And it looks like I might be using Balmy Blue ink. But this one is got lots of things going on with it. So stay tuned here. There's lots of little pieces you'll receive in your kit. But we're going to stamp first. And it's going to be a portrait card. So we'll get this all set and ready to go. And portrait meaning it will open this way. So we have the card here with love, and I didn't design the inside, so we'll design that one together. But what I wanted to do first is I'm going to show you, and hopefully I have the other one that is oh, I know where it is. I see it. Okay, so as I tell you before, get rid of all the pieces that you can get rid of, right, before you stamp. So that's what I'm going to do. We're going to get rid of some of these pieces that don't really need any kind of stamping or embellishments on them right yet. So we've got a piece that is cut 4 by 5 1/4. And we're going to add this right here. Now, it looks like this is going, it should go this way. But really, I don't think it matters because the hearts are going every which way. Actually, that's a little bit better. But we're going to cover up most of this, so it really doesn't matter if you put your paper on incorrectly. And then we've got another piece over here, which is Balmy Blue. And this is the Dandy Garden, or Dandy, right here. This is such a fabulous deal, you guys. Dandy Designs. 48 sheets, 12 by 12. And it's all really nice paper. Look at all these fabulous designs. Lots of pastels. So you've got Easter coming up. It's right around the corner, right? April. And then you've got some stars here too. So I'll do that again. 4th of July if you make 4th of July cards. But it's a really good deal. in Sale-a-bration. All right, back to here, the card making. You can go either way. I'm not going to use the dots because I think it, actually, I will, because on this one, we use the diagonal. So I'm going to go with the dots. All right, so we'll add some glue once again. And then it's going to go end to end or edge to edge with a quarter of an inch border. I'm just going to try to bring it up to you so you can see it a little bit better. And I like that the liquid glue just gives you a little bit of extra time. And it looks like I cut this a little bit too long. So that's simple. We'll just take our paper snips and we'll just trim that right off right now. So we don't have to worry about it later. It was like a 1/16 of an inch, but you know, that would bother me. All right, then this one here is just going to go right in the center. And doesn't matter, it's not directional, so you can just put it on towards the center. I don't measure. Some people will measure exact center. I don't do that. All right, now we've got these beautiful dies here. And these, where's my catalog? Right here. I'll show you where they are in the mini. They are on page 78 and they're carryovers. These were an early release last year. So they are called the framed florets dies. You can purchase them separately or you can purchase them as a bundle, and the bundle is called Framed Florets Bundle. And remember, with bundles, you always save 10%. Okay, and now here's the die that we're going to be using. Sometimes you get left with these little bitty pieces, right? I think it's okay to leave them in the floral. Like here's one. See how they're left in here? I think that's okay to do that in like a foliage, but when you're working with frames like we are today, we need to get those out of there. So I'm just gonna quickly do that. And they're just basically leftovers from the die cutting. So just make sure they're all good. It's good. So put that over there. Take your pick there. Now, this has got lots of holes, right? So what I did was I just took it, held it here. You could use adhesive paper. I don't use it, but I'm just going like this, right? Just get some liquid glue on there, light touches. That's probably overkill. And then this is going to get those pieces off, going to go right here in the middle. And I'm looking at this right here, you guys, because I want these points to be in the middle, because that's where your eyes are going to go. Now, if you don't want to press down with your hands, you can simply use a block. It will get yucky on the other side, but use like 90% alcohol, which I'll show you the ones I use. I got this on Amazon. Of course, we all get, oh, it's 99.9% alcohol. So this does a really, really good job. And it wasn't very much money. Definitely less than $10. Maybe it was $6. And of course, free shipping. So that's how I get my gooey stuff off. Now, the next thing is this oval right here. Now, it's, yes, because we want to stamp it, right? So I stamped Melon Mambo and also with love. So let me just find with love. That's it. And Melon Mambo is hiding someplace. Oh, I'll put them all up here. Of course, it's the one on the bottom. Okay, so we ink up. And I want the sentiment to go towards the top because I have all of this down at the bottom. Okay, so I'm just going to stamp it right up here. Okay, Now, I'm doing a trick because when I made this card and Debbie and I were looking at it, I'm like, it needs something, right? So you can only do this. You can't, well, let me just show you what I want to show you. I use the Time Worn Type 3D embossing folder. So I stamped it first, and then I ran it through the embossing. I ran it with the embossing folder, and this is what you got. I think this is going to look so much better than just a plain, like, smooth white. So we're going to give this one a try. Of course, I know it looks better because I did try it already. And I haven't found my silicone craft sheet. It's in with my stuff downstairs, and my Stampin' Up! Order is here. And it's got all the tear tape in it, 15 rolls for my kits. So, but I haven't opened it because that's what I do. I get an order, and I have to get things done before I actually open up the box. So that came yesterday. It's still sitting on my floor, and I can't open it because I've got things to do. I've got to make a display board for the senior center tonight, and I've got to bring it over tomorrow. One thing you've got to be careful about is how you put the embossing folder in, because there's words on it. And I'm trying to see if I did that correctly. But I don't think it's going to quite matter too much, because I got a lot of the like bumpy things here. And on some of these, you can't even tell they're words. All right, so I've got those two together. And then the next thing is we're going to pop this one up with dimensionals, because if you don't, this is what it's going to look like, right? It doesn't look very good. So let's flip this one over, grab our dimensionals. I'm going to add 5 of these because you want one in the middle for sure. Press those down. And we'll just take these off real quick. If you just came on, Karen really screwed up in the beginning, so thankfully you probably didn't see that. But this is my card class, and you can earn it for free with various different orders. A minimum order of $35 all the way up. So I will have that information in the description box, and I'll recap it at the very end of my live. Okay, doesn't that look? Well, let's compare them after I get all this other stuff on here. So we have these little daisies. And if you put them together like this, you know, they look okay. But let's add some balmy blue ink to it. So I'm grab my scrap paper here. I like doing this on the daisies. So we have 2, and I have a sponge dauber in my basket. I know where everything is tonight. This is a really old one, but they like last forever, and you can wash them and get all the ink out and reuse them and use a different color. I think this was like, what was that color? It's retired now, but I'll think of it. All right, so I dabbed the ink dauber here. I'm going to take a little bit of that ink off. And now I'm going carefully, because these will rip off if you're not careful. Okay, so I want the center a little bit more darker than where the petals are going out. So I'll just keep turning it around and rubbing the dauber out. All right, so that is this one right here. And we'll do the same, we'll repeat that same process. Now you're not gonna ink it all up. You wanna leave some of the natural color, but I want that middle kind of darker. So I'm just spinning and turning the dauber there. So this is gonna be the top one. We're all done with that. Now we're going to add these together. And all I like to do is I use a glue. You can use a mini glue dot, or you can just simply take your liquid glue. And honestly, that is like the tiniest dot. That's all you need. And the glue is super sticky and will keep things adhered very nicely. So now we're going to take this one with a darker center, and I'm just going to layer it over in the gaps. And then I'm going to just press it. Now, this, you can leave it flat, or you can take your bone folder and give it a little bit of life by just going really carefully with your bone folder to just kind of break down the fibers in the paper so they become softer and less stiff. Okay, so that one looks pretty good. It's kind of bent up and it looks like it's like happy, right? We'll put a Stampin' Dimensional on the back side of this one because we want it lifted up. And we'll just take one, add it here. So that's all ready to go. We'll just peel off that back side. Let's bring in the card. We're going to work in the area over here. So this is what we're building next. And I'm just going to place this kind of in the middle of this one, in this little element there. You can put it right on the frame, or you can put it down below. I'm going to put it up on the frame. And it's just give it a really, really good press. The next thing is we have these mint macaron foliage here. Okay, I'm going to leave some of them in, and naturally they can fall out on their own. And these are going to go, let me just put this one on first. I'm going to add this to the left side of the daisy, and I'm just adding the liquid glue right in the middle here. And then we'll just slide it underneath here. And I want it loose up here. I don't want it all the way stuck down. So I only put the glue to about right here. Next thing is we're going to take this one here and we're going to break it off like in the middle. So I'm going to just take my fingers here. You can use your paper snips, but I just simply pull it. And we're going to put the glue on the middle. And then we're going to sneak it up over here. You want a smaller one. And then just press it down. There's also this little bitty one here. I kept it mint macaron. You could put, you could make it like petal pink, or you could make it a different green. But I'm going to slide this right here to fill in the gap there. Again, this is loose up here. Then that piece that we broke off, I'm going to trim this down with my paper snips just a little bit because you will see it. And this kind of looks like we lost a branch. So we're going to just trim that off. And again, we'll take our liquid glue and just add it to the middle. And then this is going to get, oh wait, I got to cut this off. That's right. We want to make this a little bit smaller so we can sneak it up underneath because that dimensional is in the way. So we're just going to sneak it up under the petals and kind of put it where you want it. We're going to fill in this gap right here. Okay, so that's on there. Let's work with the butterfly. Go the opposite side here. And this came from something tags. It's newer. I'm sorry I don't have the name of it. We're going to bend it up, and I'm going to put this one over here. So I matched the ink with the paper here. Then the next thing is I grabbed a 1/2-inch circle punch. We don't have those. It's a Stampin' Up! Punch though. And I punched out some of that embossed paper with a 1/2-inch circle punch. And that's going to go right in the middle of that daisy. This is, oops, this is going to make it look a little bit different because you're going to have the ink. So you have the ink right around the edge here. And then this is the same balmy blue, but it just looks a little bit lighter, right? So it kind of does pop a little bit. Next thing is the inside, let's see, with love. And let's go with, let's see, what do I want to use? I haven't used this one, this little flower. And let's say Happy Valentine's Day on the inside. And we want the Melon Mambo, so all the ink kind of coordinates together. All right. Let's see if I can get a good straight image. Not too bad. Okay, so then I'm going to grab, let's see, Blue Hearts. That's the main color in this card is blue. But I think I'm going to go with Mint Macaron, okay? Because let's give it some green on the inside. I'm going to just tap a little 2 hearts over there. And I think, now I'm just going to leave it just like that. I was thinking I would add a little bit more, but I'm not going to do that. Let's just leave it like that. Then I'm going to take my Stampin' Seal. I use Stampin' Seal for my insides. And I just use 1/2 inches. When you're using your seal, make sure you have it up straight or it won't roll very well for you. It's just another little tip. All right, so then this goes right here. Remember that extra heart? I might use this eventually. We'll see if we do. We're going to embellish this one here with the champagne rhinestones. Those are also in the annual catalog as well. I find like sometimes the mini catalog, all the embellishments like go on back order and then they'll go on back order for a while. And so your class, like it's very hard sometimes to plan a class and know or not know if it's something's going on back order. So I only found that happened like a couple times with me in a class, but it can happen. So then you have to recreate everything. So I'm going to add 2 to the center there, the body of the little butterfly. Actually, I'm going to add 3. These are tiny enough where you can sneak another one in there. Okay, so we got 3 and 2. I'm going to actually not count these. I'm going to count the ones on the outside here. So we're going to form that triangle. So really all we need to do is either put it down here or we kind of put it up over here. It's going to be distracting if I put it over by that butterfly. So let's put it down. Here I go. Can't decide. Now, see, I'm going to show you. Boom, boom, boom. That's a kind of a straight line, right? Look at that. Does that look like you can, like, are your eyes going right here? Mine are. So we need to get this one out of there. I'm going to just throw it down, way down here. So now we got somewhat of a triangle. We got this one to this one to this one. So they're at different heights. Oh, you know what I haven't been doing is Wink of Stella. So let me show you on this one. All of these cards have Wink of Stella on them, but I'll show you how I add the Wink of Stella to the daisy. So what I do is I just brush stroke. I do not put Wink of Stella on like the full petals. We're just going to brush stroke it on. And then when it dries, it's going to be nice and sparkly, but it's not like overkill. Don't put a lot of Wink of Stella on because it's beautiful just like that. And you're saving your Wink of Stella. Okay, so these are done, I believe. Yep. So let's put them side by side. Hopefully you can see the difference. I will zoom in a little bit so maybe you can see it a little bit closer. I'll go in a little bit more. So you can see the embossed oval versus the like flat. Now, I think it looks awesome with embossed. So in this kit, I cannot send you a stamped image. So you're going to have some kind of, if you want to do it this way, you're going to have some kind of embossing folder to give it, you know, a subtle look. Okay. But I can't send it this way to you. And if I emboss it, then you can't stamp on it. Okay. I don't think you get a very good image. So it will come as flat and then you can do whatever you want with it. Yes. Yep. The emboss. Hey, Claire. Hope you got my email back. I was gone all day, so sorry about that. Okay, so our next card, let's see, which was the next one? It's this one right here. It's kind of a fun fold. And this is when we're going to be using the punch for the designer series paper here. So we've made 2 cards so far. And let me find my kit. Okay. We're going to have to tie a bow together. Hopefully I can do that. All right. The envelopes, you can, you know, I'm not going to stamp the envelopes tonight because I'm already taking quite a bit of time. But you guys know how to stamp your envelopes. Okay, so we'll look at this one. So when I score this, it's 4 1/4 by 11. And then I put it through the scoring, like went it this way. So in the trimmer, I scored at 2 1/4. And then 7, I think 7 1/4, something like that. Let me see. Your class is going to come with instructions, and they're printed in color. So 2 1/4, and then I went 7 3/4. But your card bases are already going to come scored to you because I do that for you. That way you don't have to guess. All right, so it's kind of, it won't stand up on its own, so you can put it in a nice little frame or kind of some support, so you can kind of see it. Now, this is super easy. We're just going to adhere these on. And let's just add our glue. This card is actually really, really easy to mass produce. I'm just going to open up the card so I can see it a little bit better. I like my stripes going up rather than horizontal. It's just a personal preference of mine. And then here's this really pretty pattern. We have a stamp. In the stamp set, you have this. I'm not using it tonight, but it's a 2-step stamp. Oh, shoot. I'm sorry. I forgot to zoom out. There we go. Sorry. Just probably killed your eyes. Or hurt your eyes. I don't want to say kill. K-word. Okay. It was just slang, by the way. Karen used lots of slang. Here's a, oh my gosh, stylish shaped circle. And it's got nice little etching around it. And you want to put your glue on the rough side of that etching, unless you make a really huge mistake. I used, like, I think it's the 2nd largest circle in the pack. All right, that's just going to break up this designer series paper and give it a nice little background. Then we're going to stamp Happy Valentine's Day. It looks like I used Real Red on this one. This is the one I'm always scared of because Real Red is super, super juicy. Happy Valentine's Day. Since I used it on that previous card, I do need to clean it because I don't want to contaminate my ink pads. Even though they're close in color, I still kind of clean them. All right, and by the way, if you're new to me, thanks for watching. I put my sentiments on diagonal because if you put them on like this way, your eyes will go to the edge of the block and you might not get a straight stamping sentiment or stamp sentiment. So this is a stitch rectangle, by the way, and there's a smooth and rough side. So make sure you're stamping on this smooth side first. Whoa. I hope you guys can't hear this TV. My husband's downstairs. It sounds like he's watching some kind of movie. And it's kind of loud. Okay, so that's in Real Red. The next thing is we're going to stamp the scallop contours. And it says, I love you in Real Red. And then Petal Pink. There's an outline heart stamp here, which is nice. So I love you. I like to use the bright colors on the inside so they pop. And then we're going to find the petal pink. I'm using actually almost every single stamp in this set tonight. And we are going to put some hearts there, and then that looks like it needs a little bit more, so we're just going to put some more up there. Okay, actually, let's put another one. Let's fill in this gap up here, like it's raining hearts. I think all of our stamping's done, so we will add this to the inside. Again, I like to use my Stampin' Seal, and your seal's up straight and just 1/2 inch kind of tick marks, because that's this adhesive is so super like sticky. You don't need to go all the way around the edges. I'm going to try to put this in straight as can be. Now, I would suggest on this one putting some designer series paper underneath this scallop panel. I think it might look a little bit better, and it will break down all this petal pink. Now we're going to take the punch. Okay, we're going to create this here. So my paper is, put it off to the side so I wouldn't lose it or it wouldn't get damaged. Let's see. Here it is. Okay, so in the pack of paper are all these nice little hearts, right? And we can take the punch very carefully, and we can punch these out, okay? Because it's the same image here. This is Mossy Meadow, and that's Mint Macaron, by the way, 2 different greens. Now, to get to this image, I'm going to have to cut this off, okay? So if you want some of these images or you want that piece of paper, then save it. But if you don't want it, then you can just trim it off here. And it depends on what's on the back side too. I always like to look on the back side to see if I could use that. Now, if I didn't cut this down enough, we will be able to tell because it won't line up. So I'm going to use the Mossy Meadow, but see how I put the punch in, slid it in here, and now the punch matches the pattern of that paper. So now I'm just using my eyes to go around all the images to see if I have about the equal border on all the sides. I noticed down here on the petal pink one here, I don't, so I need to kind of rotate it a little bit so I'm lifting up on the punch so it's loose. Now I'm looking, I'm looking at the top heart, the biggest one, and then I'm gonna look down at that little heart. And if these are good, then your leaves should be good as well, okay? But if you want to look at all the images, go ahead. Now I'm just going to punch this and they're going to go flying. Not too bad. Okay, so there you go. So that's how you can use the punch in the designer series paper. You can also use your Stamparatus and create a template, and then use your Stamparatus as well. But today we're just using the punch. You could stamp this as images, was what I was trying to say. So we have the heart and the 2 leaves. Okay, I'm going to show you what it looks like if you don't pop it up. You got super quiet in this house. Okay, so just pretend that. And then this would have to go somewhere. Okay, so see how it looks much nicer when you use your dimensionals. It's going to give it some height and it won't get lost. So again, we'll flip these over and we'll grab our dimensionals. I'm going to use a small piece for that, those little leaves here. So I'll just grab some of those. I'll grab one for the center of that big heart, and then this little piece here on the back side of that one, and then we'll put this one in here too. So if I press those down, that tells me they're on there pretty good. I'm just going to peel these off because it's easy to do that. If I had like 5 or 6, I'd use my take your pick tool. So I'm going to just add this over here. And now we're going to add the leaves. And I chose, and I don't know if it's right or wrong, but I chose this pointy one to be the outside part of the leaf. And I'm matching it up with the bottom of the heart. And you can kind of angle it whatever you want. And then I'm going to do the same thing. The pointy end of that leaf, and it's going to go this way. You can put it however you want. It really doesn't matter. Okay, and now we're going to take this sentiment. This is not going to be popped up. I see that there's a little piece of that dimensional. So I'm going to push that back in there. Okay. Now this is not going to be popped up. We want to slide it underneath here. And depending where you put this and where the dimensionals are underneath will kind of tell you where you need to put the sentiment. So I'm going to just put it slightly lower than the sample card. We're going to slide it under, and then I want it to go all the way to the almost edge of the petal pink, the card base. Okay, the next step is the bow. Okay, here we go with the bow. So this is the Real Red, and it comes in a combo pack. And this could be your free embellishment. I'm not sure yet, but it could be, depending on what your order is. But it comes in Real Red and Garden Green. I stocked up on this because you can use this for Valentine's Day, Christmas. So Christmas time I use the red and the green. But for Valentine's Day, I'm just going to use the red and save the green for St. Patrick's Day. Isn't that smart? So I'm going to be using all that ribbon in various different ways. Okay, so now here we go, tying the bow. Not a very good bow maker. You could put just a flat knot bow, but I want to try to get a really beautiful bow. And I'm going to use the first tweezers I see, my crafting tweezers. I'm going to cheat a little bit. I want to make this one a super big one. And don't laugh, look away. Okay, oh, I think it's going to flop around the wrong way. Oh, God, that's horrible. Gonna try again. I'm going to make it, oops, extra long. You guys can go take a break if you want. Come back and see a nice little bow made, but we're going to try again. I'm going to try to do it without the tweezers. That's like the advanced level. Not think about it and just do it, right? Okay, so I always get that left one twisted, and it's because it's how I've always done it, and I can't break the habit. So what I want to do is I want to flip this way, I think. Nope, this way, if I can. Yep, that's pretty good. But my stupid tails are upside down, right? That's so stupid. I should have turned it around, I guess. But we're going to go with it. I can redo this later. It looks like a really hot mess, you guys. But we'll go with the flow. Oh, and I put it on the wrong side. I bet you guys were like screaming at me. Oh, gosh. Okay, let's do that one again. But I'm just going to slide it on. And I'm going to turn it around and see if I can get those tails to look a little bit better. All right, just put it on the wrong side and then notice afterwards. I'm going to try to bend this. Or probably ruin this card, but you guys can see on the fly how I fixed it. All right, let's get rid of some of this. Okay. Hey, that's a better bow, don't you think? So I got to rescore this so it kind of stays down. Okay, now if you don't want this loose like this, just grab a mini glue dot and add it to the bottom. So what I mean by that is we'll take our glue dot and take your pick. We'll grab one of these and I just like to pull it off. I kind of squish it together a little bit. I slide that in, push down, and now it's stuck on there pretty good. Okay, embellishments I used on this one are super pretty. They are coming up next. They're called the Heart Pearls. Again, these are in the annual catalog. And I will grab, I have this little strip here that I'm trying to use up, so we'll grab these. There's like milky, like a satin and clear. So 3 different variations of colors. I'm going to use this side over here. And I'm just going to add 3. I'm going to put one over here in that petal pink area. And then next one is a little tiny one. I'm going to add it up. Hold on, I got to see which way that direction is going on that heart. It goes this way. And then to form our triangle, we are going to, oops, stuck to my desk. So one here, and let's go down here. That's going the correct way. Phew. Okay, so let's add some Wink of Stella to the flower to give it some little fine, like, glitter. And see, I'm doing a really light brush stroke, so I'm not actually hitting all of the green and the reds there. I just give a soft touch. And I don't know if you can see the sparkling. I can see it. Trust me, it's there. All right, so here's card 1 and card 2. You can see the difference are the leaves, and really that's about it. We got one more card to make. And that's with the my favorite pattern of paper in the pack. Get it? It's this one right here. And I have everything embossed and everything. This one should go really quickly. So your kit will come just like this, except for no stamping, of course. I hope I have that in here. Oh no, did I not? I didn't, unless it's stuck in here. Well, I can go, I'm gonna show you what I do about that, because I don't have it here, so I have a little container, and I'll show you what I do with my extra pieces. Okay, so this is just gonna have an 1/8 of an inch border. I have no idea why I have 2 in this pack, but I do. Okay, and this is cut the same way, but you can cut this paper across horizontally and get different patterns. So we're just going to grab that glue and run it around there. This is basic black, by the way, that I have here. And we're working with 1/8 of an inch. So just take your time. And then you can kind of move it around. This is popped up. So we'll grab our dimensionals. And I'm going to put 5 on here because actually I didn't put one right there. So it looks like it was okay. So let's add 4. Oh my God, my husband just yawned. Did you hear him? He just came upstairs. Okay, we'll throw those on the floor. Don't worry, I do sweep at the end of the day. Oh, that's prepped. Okay, this is a balmy blue, and it's embossed with that time worn type 3D. This has been around. Now be careful because there's words, and I always looked for the word that says harvest or hello, and it's kind of in this area where it doesn't have all those bumps. So we're going to take this balmy blue panel and we're going to add it to basic black. And again, 1/8 of an inch. I love 1/8 of an inch, and that's what I usually do all the time. This is getting adhered straight down to the thick basic white, which is cut 5.5 by 8.5 and already scored at 4 1/4. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that this is opening the correct way, and it is. And we'll just add this down. Then here's the one that we've already prepped. It's going to be your center focal point. And I'm going to, is that straight? Yep. I'm going to show you what I have off to the side here. I have these like 3 containers. These, I saw them today at Walmart, so this is where I must have found them. And I don't think they were very expensive. So what I have here is I have a container of whites and vanillas that are kind of sentiment die cuts. There's a vellum in there too. So I can pick and choose whatever I want. If I didn't cut something out, right? And that's what I'm gonna do. In this container here, I have just some more die cuts in different various colors, okay? I might use this, we'll see. And then over here, this container has like bows and stamped sentiments that I chose not to use. And see, they're all in here. This one is used, Debbie stamped this one, welcome. And that card is on my desk over there. That goes to, she made all my welcome cards for my new recruits. So I thank her very much for doing that. And this one, this is so cute. I love the cute little ladybugs. Okay, so that's what I do in my containers. I don't know, what do you guys kind of store things like this? Do you get a big basket? Do you do little containers? Do you do this at all? So chat that one up. Share what you do. Whoops, I need to get these in there. And I'm going to try to figure out what I want this to be. I do want the hearts. I want those too. So you know what? I can get those together. I'm just going to pull this off. And we'll adhere these 2 hearts together. So we know that's done. Nobody's chatting up. Where's everybody? Okay, I did put dimensionals on this one here, but I might not on this one. So we'll set that aside. So let's go through quickly some of these die cuts and see if we can find something that's going to work with the stamp. It might not be that, but we'll see if we can find something that will work. There might be some retired ones in here. Vellum is always nice too because it tones down the paper. I'm not toning down this paper because it's my favorite pattern. I want to find the circles, see if I have any circles in here, which I kind of do, but they might not match. And this one's way too big. There's the heart. We have a heart punch too. That's too big. It's kind of fun going through and seeing what I've done. This is almost the same size, so we might go with that. Ooh. No, I'm not covering up that. That could be a possibility. Quickly go through and see if I can find any other ones. Here's another circle. Smaller circle. Ooh, this is really pretty. I like this one, but it's kind of a tag, so it's not going to work. Okay, I'm going to go with one of the circles and then we'll build it from there. This is too big. I kind of like that one, but it is too big. So we've got 2 circles that are just about the same size. I'm going to use that one stamp I haven't used yet. And that says, I love that we are friends. And I don't care. I haven't used Poppy Parade yet. So let's grab Poppy Parade. And, ooh, this is going to be too small, I think. Yeah. It's just over the edge there. I'm going to stamp this one and see what we get. I think I like this one better. I think it's the same size. So we have 2 to work with. I do need to add the petal pink hearts though. So let's sneak those in real quick. And we'll put those right there. Now what's going to go under here? I don't have a lot to choose from. So let's see if we can find, oh, there's some more whites. See if we can find something that will work. So that, I think that's too big. I just think it's way too big. This might work. This might work too. That's my possibility right there. But since I have a few more, let's just go really quickly. Oh, here's that little hiker, you guys. I don't know if I showed you the card that I made for a swap, but I love this card. We'll make this one together. Maybe we'll make this one together next week. It's got a lot of little parts in it, but that's a little hiker with a lamp. Hikers actually they don't use lamps. Through hikers don't anyway. Ooh, that's a cute little heart. I think I'm going to go with that. Let's go with this one. I'll pick this up later. You guys, I'm totally have no room here. Okay, so I might put it right there, but pop it up. And I'm going to pop this one up and I'm going to pop that one up. So we're going to experiment. I might not like this, but we'll give it a shot. I need to put the dimensionals down on the bottom because the top part is going to be even with the focal point there. So we'll do that. And I'm not going to put glue on here, but I know in case I don't like this, and I'll change it up later. But I'm going to center this right here. Then we're going to take this sentiment here and we'll take some dimensionals and I'm going to put them right on the basic black die cut here. That way I know it's going to be covered here. The circle is going to cover them. And okay, so I think I'm going to go with that. Now this little heart here that I created, I'm going to put that on the inside. What did I stamp on the inside of this one? Just the little baby flowers. So I haven't used that one, and we're going to use this one. And then I think we've used almost every single stamp. So let's just get some Poppy Parade. And I'm just going to throw those flowers down there. And then this is going to go over here. I'm going to use my glue. Just a little bit, you don't need a lot. Angle it that way. And then we kind of need a message here. So I'm going to take Happy Valentine's Day, and I'm going to ink that up with Poppy Parade or some red. Look at that block. I totally messed that up. There, that kind of breaks it up there, adding something in the middle. This card has the basic rhinestones. I actually like this better than this one. This one comes with a basic rhinestone jewels. And those are somewhere on my desk. And if my eyes find them, I will put them on. But I think you know what the rhinestone jewels look like. I just really want to find them, but I won't be able to find them. So, oh, I did find them. Okay, these are the basic rhinestones. You can use your blends to color these, and that's very easy to do. I can show you really quickly. I'm going to just use Poppy Parade here. And actually, I like to use the brush tip to do this. And you got to use it really, really gently, or else you'll break the brush part of it. I'm going to use just 3 little tiny ones. And now you can coordinate your rhinestones with any of our ink colors. Let's use that putty side. I'm going to, whoops. Let's extend that out there just a little bit. Okay, I'm going to add one right here because we need to fill in that little white space there on the sentiment. And then we've got 2 more. So again, we're going to create that triangle. I'm going to put one up there. And the other one, boom, boom, and right here. All right, there we go. I made it through. So I'm going to put these side by side. You can say hearts or bikes. Hearts or bikes. Which one is your preference? Or do you have a preference? While you're doing that, I'm going to try to clean up a little bit of space, and we'll show you all the cards together. So heart or bikes. Anybody? Let's see who's going to be the first to vote. Claire is first, and she is voting for bikes. Anybody else? Let's get at least 3 votes so we can kind of see. Come on, 2 more votes. Doesn't come up on my feed yet. I'll spread them apart here too so you can kind of see them maybe a little bit better. Okay, Carla says hearts. All right, who's going to break the tie? Oh, hearts. Susan T says, so it's the hearts, this one. All right. I like them both, really. I mean, black ties in with the panels here, but this kind of breaks it up as well. So let's put all these cards on the table here and see what we just made together, if I can find them all. So here's this one. We'll go with this one because that was the most votes. And here's this other one with the embossed oval, which is really nice. And then we have something else. Oh, there it is. We made the strip card here, which you can do straight or you can kind of just angle it. We angled it, so we'll put this one down here. And then we have one more card, which is this one here. And we made the one with the mossy meadow leaves there. So let's put it this way. Oh, I got a smudged ink there. Oh, well. And here's a little heart, which I can put somewhere else. But anyway, that's your card class. It's my card offering or class offering, free with a purchase for the next week. So mine go Friday to Friday because it's easier on my schedule to do it that way. So you have until next Friday to place your order. Minimum of $35 will get you the kits. It will not get you this one stamped and embossed because I can't do that. I can't send stamped images or stamped sentiments, messages, anything. Anything stamped I can't do. That's against policy. But you will get the oval and you can do whatever you want with it. I suggest stamping it and then embossing it because it just breaks it up ever so much. And you'll get the embellishments that go with the cards. I'll send you like 3 of each. you'll have to daub this one because I can't put the ink on it. So any of the stamped images I can't send you, but I will send you all the pieces to make these cards. You can use what you have in your craft room, or you can purchase the bundle. And the bundle is the stamp set. I like how they use stamp sets and punches. So here is the stamp set, and that punch is right here. All right, so that is the bundle. Save 10% when you're ordering the bundle. And then, let's see, I was going to go over right here is my offering here. So you've got 3 different options to get various items. So option 1 is $35 to $49.99. You'll get 4 card kits. But for the first option 1 and 2, you need to use that host code there. This will all be in the description box after I say goodbye, but for the night. And then option 2 is $50 to $149.99. And don't forget, if you get to 50, you get a free Sale-a-bration during January and February. And why would you not go to 150? Because you would get 3 level 1s, or 1 level 1 and no, 1 level 1 and 1 level 2 for that. It's every $50 increments. Plus, you get your Stampin' Rewards. Plus, you get everything for free. But if you can't afford the the $149.99, then just go to 50, because then you can get the card kits. You will get an embellishment from me, and of course, you'll get your Sale-a-bration. And you'll need to use this host code again. It's the same one. And then option 3 is kind of a like I gotta have it all type of thing. So you'll get the kits, the embellishment, and you'll get another surprise gift for myself. Plus you'll get your Stampin' Rewards, and also your Sale-a-bration during January and February. So I would love to be your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and be happy to work with you. And also, if you would like to join Stampin' Up!, give me a shout on my email, which is Karen@inspiredbygram.com. And we would love to have you as an Inspired Daisy. And now is the time during Sale-a-bration to join. It is the best deal in the catalog. So if you're going for that 150, purchase that starter kit instead and join our team. That is the better deal altogether. So I'm going to go through and see if there's any comments or that I need to, or questions that I need to answer. And if not, then I can show you Card Club. So, wow, there's a lot of comments here. So let's see. Thank you for the great cards. Awesome. Let's see. Is the daisy in the florets set? The daisy, no, it's not. It's a punch. It's the medium daisy punch. It's been around for a little bit. I'm trying to find it. I can't find it. It's in the annual catalog, and it's been around for a while. I love to use it. Our team is called the Inspired Daisies. I will always keep that punch so I can create a daisy. So that's where you can find that. I need to use tweezers. Yeah, they do help, but I kind of find it's a little bit kind of like in the way. The containers, I have a few of them. Oh, yep, you also label them. That's a great idea too. Okay, so I think that is everything. If you're interested in Card Club, stick around. I'll show you the designs really, really quick using Regency Park paper. So 2 kits or 2 cards per design. So 8 total, $20 worth of Stampin' Up! Products in your kit. Instructions printed in color. Trying to think what I include. I include a lot. For 6 consecutive months, you earn $25 of Stampin' Up! Products from me. So that's also a great deal. $39 a month, by the way. This is the one that has gotten so many likes, more than I normally get on my Instagram. And then this one is cute too with the background stamping. So if you're interested in Card Club or anything, any of my classes, email me or you can go to my website, inspiredbygram.com, to add your email address to, it gets coordinated into my contact, and then you're on my list for however long you want to be. So I hope you guys have a great weekend. I will be here working on crafting kits, card club, and tonight I'm going to make my poster board for this class for the senior center. So I'll probably take a picture of it and post it on my Inspired by Graham Facebook page and also our team page too, so you guys can see it. So have a great weekend, you guys. I think it's gonna be sunny here tomorrow, which is great because we really haven't seen the sun. It's like November, but it's actually January. And it's gonna be quite nice when that sun comes out. So have a great weekend. I'll talk to you next week.